Welcome back, everybody. This is Howrad with another video about Star Citizen, and this week I have, I think, 6 handy tips for FPS gaming. Well, not gaming, but you know what I mean. The FPS combat in this game probably doesn't apply to other games. Anyway, 6 tips that you may or may not already know, and we'll just dive in. So here I am in an ASD facility, an Onyx facility, and on the right side of the screen there you see a dead person, and I may or may not have done that for you. Anyway, okay, let's get to it. So the first tip is you tap your the I button and it brings up your inventory, right? And you can, you know, move ammo back and forth onto you, or do whatever you need from the screen. We're used to this screen. If you hold the I button, this screen pops up, and it's a little bit of a different interface, and so I can just left click to equip things quickly. And so now these are on my belt, and so now and if you want to switch views, you hit this arrow, and so now I'm full of ammo. Isn't that fun? If I can switch back with that. Okay, so that's the first tip, is another way to engage with your inventory. Second tip is pull out my gun. That's not a gun. Pull out my gun, and I have several clips that are partial, so I'm just gonna shoot off and then reload. Reload. And now you can see right here I have some partial ammo in my belt. Now to pool your ammo, so you this is pretty handy, so that if you get down to 30 rounds, and you're going to need more than the 30 rounds or 10 rounds or whatever that are left in your clip, just reload in between engagements, and then you can pool the ammo later by pressing the left alt button and the number 1. And it does this animation, so make sure you're in a safe place. And you see all my partial clips are getting filled. There we go. And now I want to take a couple of them off my belt and do it again. And it fills your belt with ammo. So if you're down to 3 magazines on your belt and you have a bunch more in your backpack, it'll fill them all up. So I'm all full of ammo again. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3. Let's see. I don't remember. Oh yeah. I'll try to edit that out. Switching your multi-tool attachments. So we have, I like to carry 2 multi-tools. The one in the dagger or knife spot is the one that I heal with, and the one on the other side is just the multi-tool for other stuff. And the fastest way that I've seen, or I've learned how to swap attachments, is to just drag it out of your inventory, and that little circle shows up there, and now that's on that side. And then here, let's do the tractor beam there. Now it's installed, and you can reload. It doesn't have a canister in it. There's one way you can click. So hold whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Hold the F button. Did I put it away? Yep, I put it away. Hold the F button, and while holding, right click on your multi-tool and then click customize. And here I can scroll through the different attachments that I have, canister attachments, and it doesn't do anything until you click on it. And see how the little circle changed? And I scroll over to this, and now it's nothing. And you can do the same thing with attachments up here. It's just, I find this slow and cumbersome in combat. And so there's still no canister in there, and so I can hit R to reload, and since it's the healing attachment, it puts in the healing ammo. Okay, now this one has the... So let's take the canister out of there. And if I hit reload, it doesn't know what to do because I have the tractor beam in there. And now if I swap the cambio... Oop, I have to have it on my belt. If I swap the tractor beam for the cambio, like, repair tool, and hit R, what? Well, I made a liar out of myself. That didn't work. Okay, so put the canister in this way, and now I can... And to salvage, you press the left, you press left click, and to repair, you press right click. Okay, so that's multi-tools. What tip was that? That was 3. Okay, now tip number 4 is another way. The last ones are ways to interact with things. So notice that I have the F button here, and my prompt is to loot, and it brings up this same interface as if we were looting a body. Now, if you don't like that, you can press and hold F, and then hover over Open, and click the middle mouse wheel, or the middle mouse button, and go to Set as Primary. It's a little like touchy. Set as Primary, and now when I approach a box, it will, the default is to open the full inventory screen. And if I want to swap, again, you press this little arrow up here. Okay. And that's personal preference, obviously, whether whichever way you like it. Now, another one is the same thing. You can do the same thing with bodies. So I have the loot prompt, hold the button. I would rather open inventory. So I hover over that and click the middle mouse button, and then, come on, set as primary. There, now, I'm dragging a body. Now I have open inventory as my default prompt, and it goes to this. And once again, if you want to swap, you click the little arrow up there, and it'll take you back and forth. And so that's number 5. Number 6 is the same thing, but interacting with guns that are on the ground. Now, let's say I found this gun and I want to take it, but I do not want to equip it. I would normally have to hold F and do this whole thing, and then go to Store and click Store, and then it would put it away. Same thing, hover over Store, click the middle mouse button, and let me see if I can place that in a different spot. There, that's better. Click the middle mouse button, and come on, set as primary, and now Store. So I go up to the gun, grab it, and it goes straight into my backpack right there, instead of onto my backpack. And it only works with smaller guns. It does not work with like heavy machine guns or LMGs or whatever, because again, see, it just says equip, F to equip, and I do not want to equip that. And Fresnel, this guy has a Fresnel. Anyway, so those are the 5 tips. 6 tips for some handy things that you may or may not have known on how... Oh shit, I'm about to get killed. Look at those guys. I stayed here too long. Way to interrupt my shit, guys. Okay, so there's a time limit. All right. Okay, that was fun. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it. Or just laughing at what a ridiculous person I am sometimes. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys next week.